soon to be 90-year-old grandmother. Miss Alvino. And she's talking to my nephew. That story in the back.
And I didn't even.
We just took grandma to get her nails done.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Pretty nails.
Hey, what's going on? Oh,
Grandma said, what's going on? You see? I'm showing them your pretty nails, Grandma.
Oh. Mommy, Kylie.
That's you, Grandma. That is you, Grandma. Talking to Obama.
You coming? Wait, you come from where? School? Oh, okay. Kylie.
Hey, story.
Hey.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back. It is your girl T, also known as ZiSymom. And as you can see, I am looking exhausted because I am. Me and the kids had an early morning flight. We had to be to the airport at 4:30. Our flight left at 6, and we arrived back in Houston about 7:50ish. So we are back home from visiting our family in South Carolina. Y'all know me. I don't drink coffee, but I am completely beat. I have not slept. So let me give you guys just a rundown of how my weekend went. I took all of my equipments with me thinking that I was going to vlog, but unfortunately it did not go as planned. So we got into Charleston about 12 a.m. Saturday morning. And of course, like always, even though I said I'm retired from here, I'm not doing any here, I did take a few clients. So Saturday morning, I was in the shop. That was a disaster, had a flood. Baby, it was a lot going on. Haven't been in the shop in about 5 months. So that was a whole mess. So that messed up my whole Saturday. Okay, Sunday I was planning on going to church. I didn't make it. However, Zion, he made it. Sunday I had an appointment with one of my girlfriends, Leisha. She retightened my locks. My hair have not been done in about 4 months. And I know better. My hair has never went that long. Normally I do my hair myself, or I did find this lady out here in Houston, but I don't know. My hair just haven't been doing well, just because of the way she interlock. And of course, if you know anything about sister lock, you have to stick to the pattern. And I started having holes in my locks. So I got to the point where I'm like, no, I'll just wait till I get back to South Carolina, get my hair fixed, and then I'll just keep it up. But I had too much new growth for me to try to keep it up. So anywho, Alicia did my hair. It took about 6 hours. Yes, 6 hours. I literally probably had about 3 inches worth of new growth. But anywho, we got that done. The weather was horrible. It rained pretty much all day Sunday. So that was pretty much my Sunday. Then Monday came, not to mention my grandnephew was already at my mom's house when I got there because my niece had to work. So my grandnephew stayed with me. I decided to tell my niece, like, I'll just keep him while I'm there so I can spend some time with him. He's only 1. Not to mention she wanted him to start some locks. So auntie to the rescue. And I ended up interlocking his hair. So yes, my grandnephew, who's 1 now, have some locks. And baby, Monday I spent about 8 hours on his hair. That was not the plan. The original plan was Monday I was going to go down to Josh grave. God bless the dead. He's been going now for 12 years. The plan was to go to his grave, clean it up because his anniversary was just March the 12th. And I have not missed an anniversary yet. I don't work on March the 12th and March the 12th. I am normally at his grave cleaning it up. But of course, March the 12th was in the middle of last week, and I did not fly home until, again, over the weekend. but I could not even make it out to his grave because the pollen in South Carolina is horrible. As soon as we got there, the coughing and the sneezing and my skin just got irritated. So yeah, if you see this white little, there ain't nothing but toothpaste. I started getting little pimples, and I don't normally get acne on my face like that unless I'm just extremely stressed or there's something going on in the air. So anywho, I did not make it to his grave, which I was not happy about. But I am going to go home in May for my nephew's graduation and my godson graduation. Shout out to Kylie, he's graduating from Berkeley High. My godson Jordan, he's graduating from Timberland High, and then my other little cousin Chase, he's graduating from Berkeley High. So I am going to go back home for their graduation. So while I'm there, I don't think I'm going to be in the salon at all. I am going to go to the grave and I'm going to clean it up and do what I need and do whatever I need to do. So yeah, so my Monday just went away. Everything was on my grandnephew, Super Saya. And even after 8 hours, baby, I still didn't finish his hair Monday. Now Tuesday came in. My grandmother wanted to get get her nails done. And you guys, if you know me, I love my grandma. That's my only last living grandparent. So prior to me even moving here, I was one of the ones who made sure she got to her doctor's appointment every Friday. Whatever grandmama need, I was there. Um, if nobody else could take her, whatever the case may be. But I've always made sure I made time for her. So being able to see my grandma, that really made me feel good. She had a really good day. So I took her to get her nails done to my old nail tech. I also was able to see my old nail tech, Mimi. Shout out to her. When she saw me, she just came and gave me the biggest hug. And then after that, me and grandma's story, we went to go get something to eat. And then that was pretty much it. And then, oh, well, then I stopped back by my sister's house so that because Monday night I told my niece the baby was fighting me so bad. So my niece ended up just getting her baby. And I was like, look, tomorrow after I'm finished with grandmama, I can get him from you so we can finish up his hair. Literally, I had about 10 lots left. So anywho, we stopped by stopped by my sister Natalie house, and my nephew ended up, my niece ended up following behind us, and I finished my nephew here. And before you know it, it was like, oh God, it's time to get ready to come back to Houston. Time went by so fast. So there's a lot of things that I did not do. Normally, when I go home, I, of course, spend time with my father. If you know me, I'm a daddy's girl. I love my mama, but y'all know me and my daddy, we rock a little differently. So we did not get a chance to sit on the porch or go for a ride in the truck, whatever the case may be. Straight country girl. Um, I didn't get a chance to do that with him, but either way, we did sat in the house, and like always, me and my daddy, if we don't argue, then something is wrong. So we was able to sit in the house. We joke around, pick arguing, and got him to take some pictures. I'm gonna try to link that in here. I first gotta see I didn't how these pictures turn out. Honestly, I didn't really vlog the way I wanted to vlog, but time went by so fast and it was just so much going on. My nephew took up too much of my time. But that's all right. Auntie love you, Super Saya. And then so yeah, I didn't really get to spend too much time with my dad. Zion on the other end, he got to spend some time with dad. He really wanted to go down there for spring break. So he got to do that. Of course, Story. Y'all already know Story is not leaving me. So everywhere I went, Story was right there. And then what else? Oh, so then my mom was at work, so she's not in any of the pictures. By the time she got home, it was time for me to leave their house because I already had plans to go meet up with my sisters at Applebee's at 6 o'clock. I've been craving a blondie, and I have not found an Applebee's here in Houston. And I really was craving a blondie. So I sent out a text message to a couple of family members letting them know that I wanted to go to Applebee's and I was wanting to see some of them. So Of course, my auntie Gigi, she came out. I was able to see my sisters because keep in mind, the entire time I was there, I only saw one sister, which is the sister who normally picked me up from the airport because she lives closer to the airport. And normally I go back to her house, stay the night because I'm always getting, anytime I fly home, I always get there pretty late. And then I'll also use one of her vehicles. So, anywho, thanks to the one for that. So I was able to see my sister, but my other two sisters, I didn't see them until literally hours before it was time for me to come back to Houston. So yeah, we went to Applebee's, had a blondie. We was there for about 2 hours. My other cousin came by and saw me, Kim. Like I said, Gigi, one of our big brothers, JC, he came. And of course, my nephew, Kylie. When Kylie found out I was home Monday, he's a senior, so he only had one class. But Monday, like I was in the middle of doing Super Saiyan, which is his nephew here, and he popped up and he made sure he saw me and then took a nap because he had to go to work. But anywho, yeah, so we always at Applebee's. And then what else? So yeah, so by the time I left Applebee's, of course, Natalie, she's like, well, teen, can you do my hair? She also has sister locks. So I ended up going to her house. Mine, we just leave at Applebee's about 8:30. So I ended up going to her house to do her hair. But in the midst of that, oh, and my older sister, Dewan, she was at Applebee's, but she didn't stay long because she had to go to a family house. But even in the midst of that, now Dewan called me. My older sister owns a funeral home. And of course, she called and she's like, sis, I need you. Can you come to the funeral home and do this lady makeup or whatever the case may be? So, of course, I'm just like, even though I know I didn't have the time, I'm like, okay, yeah. So I went to Natalie's house, started doing her hair. It's already after 9 o'clock. Then I left her house about 10ish to go to the funeral home to do this deceased person makeup or whatever the case may be. Got that finished. Then went back to my sister Natalie's house to finish her hair. And let's just say I did not leave her house until like after 12. Had to drive to Knightsville to my older sister's house because one, I had her car, and two, she was taking me to the airport. Not to mention, I had to keep stopping by the gas station because for some apparent reason, she has not been driving her car. She's been driving her truck, and apparently, she hit a pothole, and her tire have a small leak. And every time I got into it, the tire pressure light was on, telling me it needed air. So 1 o'clock in the morning, I am at the gas station getting air so that I could make it. No, no, no. I'm sorry. That was about 11 when I left the funeral home. I had to stop by and get air. So then I called the one to tell her what was going on. I'm like, something's going on with your tire. So happened. So my niece, Shadiman, um, she didn't have to work the next day. So I just asked her, look, can I drive your car to Dewan's house? Dewan will bring your car back in the morning because she said she had a spare tire. And yeah, it was a lot. It was definitely a lot going on in a short period of time. But either who, by the time I made it back to Dewan's house, it was after 1. We needed to be up by 3:30 so we could make it to the airport by 4:30 because our flight was at 6. And boom, here we are. After about 7, I want to say it was 7:52. 7:52, we made it back here in Houston. And of course, I'm exhausted because I never went to sleep. I don't sleep on airplanes because I don't know those people behind me, on the side of me. And I got to keep eyes on my kids. Soon as we got on the airplane, I mean, the flight attendants didn't even get a chance to even show like all of the safety stuff. Story was laid out. But um, yeah, so we made it back. I'm exhausted. The kids is upstairs sleeping. I'm going to try to go ahead and make some breakfast slash brunch because I don't know what time they're going to get up. But the entire time that I was in South Carolina, I never logged in to check any emails. I didn't start checking them until I was at the airport. And I have a lot of emails that I need to respond to, not to mention my CPA has sent me a text message and an email. And it's some documents that I have to send to him as soon as possible. But nevertheless, my trip in South Carolina, it was definitely worth it. I really do miss my family. You guys know I didn't see them for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. So this was the first visit um, since the beginning of November. So yeah, I was happy. When the kids get out of school, I am planning on going down there for at least a week. I'm thinking about making that a road trip, and that is probably going to be close to 20 hours, 18, 19 hours, whatever the case may be. I'm thinking about driving versus flying because when I did drive here from South Carolina, it was a straight shot. Like I left like 1 a.m. in the morning. I didn't get here until like 7ish that afternoon. And the only time I stopped was just to get gas. And it was just me and Story. So I drove all the way here and without stopping to take a nap or anything. So I do want to take a road trip so that I can stop like in Mississippi, Alabama, New Orleans, and just see a few things. But anywho, really quick, while I was home, um, I brought back some things. My mom actually called me last week to let me know that Big Lots was going out of business. And if you know me, prior to me moving here, my old house, I went to Big Lots all the time. They had some really good quality home decor, little, accessories and stuff that I could use for my home. So when my mom called and told me they were going out of business, she FaceTimed me because I was like, I needed some more pillows. I really wanted some more decor pillow. But I guess by the time she got there, they didn't really have what I wanted. But she did find two really light gray pillows. I've already put that on my bed. I asked her, did they have like any comforters? Story is more like a pink purplish. All my comforters is always white. Like I only purchase white comforters, white sheets for my bed. And my bed is also a California king, so they didn't have that. However, she did find like a plaid, and I told her this would have went well for Zion room, especially with the spring. With springtime now, I wanted something a little lighter. His room is really dark because that's what he wanted. Y'all, if you see me just like itching when I tell you that pollen like really irritated my skin, it really did. So, anywho, Zion got this plaid comforter. It's a king. It came with the bed skirt, the pillowcase, or whatever the case may be. So I'm actually going to wash that and put that in the washing machine. So whenever I take off his sheets and comforter on his bed, I can just put the new one on. She also was able to get me 4 nice queen size pillows. I often change my pillow out at least every 3 months because Zion has a really bad allergy. So pretty much for him, we change his pillow out. These are those hyperallergenic, whatever type pillow. I can't remember the brand of the pillow only because originally I was just going to have everything boxed and ship here, but of course my genius sister Nadia was just like, no, she had the vacuum bag, so let's just try to put everything in the bag so we can fit it in the suitcase. However, everything could not fit in my suitcase, but she did give me one of her suitcase, so we put everything in the vacuum bag and suck it up, and I was able to store everything in the suitcase. So I got 40s. I want to say after the 60% off and everything else that they had, I think mom got 2 pillows for like $6, if I'm not mistaken. And we got a total of 4. Um, However, Story have one in her room. My sister ended up putting a pillowcase on one of them. And like I said, as soon as she got on the plane, she was out. Something else that I need because for some apparent reason, my silverware tends to walk away. And I know who is at fault with that, Zion. I don't know why he tends to just throw them in the trash as if they're not washable, but yeah, so when my mom called, I just told mom, like, Mom, I really do need some more silverware. Like, I think I was down to like one spoon. And I already had purchased a new pack, but I was just like, no, in the meantime, I'll just keep buying plastic spoons and fork because they keep throwing away the metal one. So my mom she was like, well, first of all, let's just check because people already ran through that store. Like the sale was amazing. So she did find two 20-piece set of the stainless steel um, spoon, fork, and knife. And she got these for me. And I want to say after tax, these were like $6.40 each. Not to mention, child, I almost went to jail. I totally forgot that the knife was in these and trying to pack everything in the suitcase versus paying to have it shipped. I did put this inside of Stories um, luggage. And when I went to TSA, baby, this happened. So I ended up the lady walked me out. Clearly, she knew it was an honest mistake, but she walked me out and I had to end up just checking a story bag. But yeah, I got two of these. And like I said, I believe these was like $6.40, $6.80 each. And yeah, so I came back with more. But nevertheless, thanks to my mom for thinking about me. And I will say the whole idea was for me to vlog while I was there, get some family footage or whatever. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Also, let me show you guys some of my new electronics. So, shout out to my best friend, Toro. He got me the Osmo Pocket 3. And so far so good. I love it. I saw a lot of reviews on this, and y'all, I'm really trying to take this YouTube thing serious. So this was a good investment. So yeah, I also got this tripod off of TikTok Shop, and this is a pretty sturdy. But I'm not even going to tell you guys this and this right here, like it travels with you, which will definitely be good whenever I do my cleaning videos or just something with me moving around. But please tell me why I took this with me to South Carolina, because these actually came the same day that I was leaving. I took it with me to South Carolina. It's so small, everything could have fit in my bag. I sat it up at my mom's house, never used it, and I realized on my way going to the airport, I left it in my room at my mom's house. So my mom gave it to my sister and she shipped it off for me already. So it should be here within 2 days. So yeah, I'm actually recording you guys right now with this DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I still have to play with it. What's so crazy? I should have been playing with it while I was on the plane, but I was exhausted. I just kind of just sat there. I needed to think, clear my mind, and that's what I did. So, hey, hopefully I figured this little camera out, but because it seemed like it has a lot of little features on there that I need to do my research on. But yeah, either way, that's pretty much it. Like I stated, I'm going to go ahead and try to cook some breakfast slash brunch. So by the time I'm finished checking my emails and the kids get up, they can have something to eat. They don't have to worry about coming in my room telling me they're hungry because I am going to go to sleep. I'm exhausted. I am turning both of my phones on silent, and I don't want to be bothered until my body allow me to wake up, because baby, I'm about to take a Benadryl to stop this itching and so that I can sleep pretty good. So really quick, I'm about to do that. I'm also about to call my bestie. You guys already know he's a flight attendant for Delta, and he has a trip to Amsterdam. And we really, like, we really don't. Sky, what are you doing? Um, we normally talk before he takes a flight, especially a flight like that. That is about an 8-hour flight. and then he has spent a whole day in Amsterdam before he have to come back. So I just like to know where he's at pretty much at all time, especially with the way all these planes been crashing and been going down. So I like to make sure I like where you at. But even when he don't pick up or whatever, baby, I got his location. Him and Zion, them the only two people like location I got. Story, I don't have hers, but shoot, little girl is always with me, so honestly, I don't need hers. But anywho, let me go ahead and call my bestie. Let me make sure everything is good with him. And let's check these emails so that I can take a nap. I will try to upload the few videos that I do have. I will upload those. You guys can see how neat my hair looks at this point. Again, y'all know I'm a rock a messy bun. I rarely wear my hair down because it's a lot of hair. And I just don't like all this type of hair in my face. But anywho, I'm going to pick you guys back up shortly. And what else? Am I missing anything? No, I don't think I am. And if I am, I'll just come back on. But I'll pick you guys back up shortly. In the meantime, in between time, let's just try to enjoy the next few days of the spring break. I forgot to tell you, the reason why we hurry up and rush back is because Zion decided that he's going to do AAU track. So that's why we had to hurry up and get back, because he had to get to practice because they already have a track meet scheduled for Saturday. Should I say I'm not going to say my life, but when I tell you my job never ends, it just doesn't. So anyway, I'm not going to complain. I'll pick you guys back up shortly.
large payroll, and cars they roll, the fits we wear, drinks we drink, and cigars they smoke. Yeah, I'm doing faraway shows, from bars in the Bay to Barbados, getting money sitting under 2 trees, cool breeze. I don't do please or excuse me's. Who's she? They wanna know what my name is and how I became this famous angel. And I'm a face of the digital age. From my Twitter page, then I lit up the stage. Ay, don't laugh if you ain't having it or traveling. Your girl living lavish and extravagant. They be like, Diva, where you been though? I just go where the wind blows.
The wind blows me way past those feet. The wind blows me to my destiny. The wind blows me way past those feet. The wind blows me to my destiny.
Caught up in the life, bright lights to fame. I love the future so bright once you ignite the flame. So bright I'll never see night again. On the road of life, dipping in and out the lanes. On and off of planes, on your mouth's the name. No matter how you say it, it comes out.
Yeah, we in Barbados. Listen to the wind blow. Yeah.